Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this winged collar top with an extended peplum. If this is your first time stopping by on this channel, you are welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking to my channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. The first thing I'm going to be drafting is my front bodice. This paper is folded into two, okay? So right now, what I'm going to be marking right now is the length of the winged collar. Okay, so right here, I'm marking 6 inches, okay? You can do 5, you can do 4, but the least you can do is 4 inches, okay? So this is going to serve as my shoulder line. So right now, I'm going to mark my shoulder to bust point and also my shoulder to waistline, okay? My shoulder to waistline is 16.5 plus 0.5 inches for seam allowance. I marked 17 inches. Alright, I'll go ahead and also rule the bust line. Okay, so we have the bust right here and we also have the waist right here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to input my shoulder measurement. My shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. I went ahead to mark it right there, and the neck width I'm going to be using here is 3.5. For the shoulder slope, I'm going to be using 1.5 inches. You know, our shoulder is not straight. Some people use 1 inch, but I realized that 1.5 inches works better for me. Alright. Next thing to do is to determine my armhole curve, and that will be my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Okay. Whatever I have on my shoulder line, I am going to duplicate it right here. So I have 7.5, which is what I'm going to be marking here. Okay, so I'm going to connect the lines with my ruler. Right now, I'm going to be dividing my armhole divided by 2. Whatever I have there, I'm going to mark it, and I'll come in by 0.5 inch. Okay, so I'm going to be ruling it out right now. So to determine where my curve is going to stop, I'm going to put in my bust measurements. Alright, so I've gone ahead to mark it. So right now I'm drawing my armhole curve. I also went ahead to mark my bust measurement on my bust point. Right now I'm going to input my waist measurements. Then I also had my dart, which is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be connecting it right to the bust line. Okay. So right now I'm going to be marking by nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. Marked it on the bust and also on the waist, and I'm going to be connecting it right now with a ruler. Alright, from the bust line I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Go ahead to the waistline and mark 0.75 inches on each side of the line. Okay, then I'll connect it to the 1 inch from the bust line. So right now we have our darts. Okay, I'm going to be marking my sewing allowance to this pattern. So I added 1.5 inches as my sewing allowance. So I mark it right here and I'm connecting it right now with the dot line. Right now I'm going to be marking my bust dart. That's the difference between the front pattern and the back pattern. The difference between my front and my back is 1.5 inches, which is what I mark right here. Alright. So right now I'm going to be extending the neck width by half of an inch. So it's going to be 4 inches instead of 3.5 inches, and the neck depth is 3 inches. Okay, I'm using my curve ruler to draw my neckline right here. Alright, at that 4 inches point I'm going to be extending my line upward, just the way I'm doing it right here. Alright, after that is done, I'll go ahead and mark 0.5 inch sewing allowance all round from that point to my shoulder and also my armhole. So for this I made a mistake. The sewing allowance is supposed to be in, not outside. Okay, so I'm going to be remarking it right here. Alright, so the sewing allowance is supposed to be inside, so the one outside I won't be using it anymore. Okay, So right now I'm going to be cutting it out. That 4 inches mark, which is my neck width, from there I'm going to come down by 8 inches. Okay, this is what I'm marking right here, coming down by 8 inches. So I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line. Okay, so I realized my line was not straight, so I'm trying to correct it here. And I made the necessary correction. All right. After that is done, I went ahead to open the paper. So I'm going to be connecting it from that edge to the other edge, just the way I'm doing it right here. Can you see? So right now I'm going to cut it out just like this. So I'm going to be tracing my dot lines to the other side of the pattern. I'm going to be doing that off the camera, okay? Right now I'm going to be drafting my back bodice. So I'm going to be ruling the starting line for the back bodice, which is going to serve as my shoulder line. Right now I'm marking the zip allowance, which is 1 inch. I'll go ahead and rule that out. Okay, so right now I'll mark my shoulder to bust measurement and my shoulder to waist measurement. Shoulder to waist measurement for the back is 15 inches plus half of an inch makes it 15.5. So right now I'm ruling the lines out. Next thing to do is to mark my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. I'll go ahead and mark my shoulder slope, which is 1.5. My neck width 3.5 inches, just like the front. Then the neck depth is 1 inch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and rule my shoulder slope. All right, so after ruling that, I'm going to be extending the neck width by half of an inch, which makes it 4 inches, just like the front. So I'm going to be marking my armhole line, which is my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Okay, right now I'll divide my shoulder divided by 2, then I'm going to mark it right here. So I won't be going in by half of an inch. So the back armhole is different from the front armhole. I went ahead to mark my bust measurement, then I connect it right to that point. Okay, so this is our back armhole. Right, went ahead to mark my bust measurement on my bust line and also mark my waist measurement. Added my 1 inch allowance for that, and also added my 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, so my bust span, which is 4 inches, with my nipple to nipple measurements, I'm marking that right here and I'm going to connect it together. So I'm marking 1 inch for my dart, that is 0.5 inch on each side of the line, and I'm connecting it back to my bust line, just the way I'm doing it right here. Okay, to eliminate zipper bulge, I'll come up here by 0.5 inch and also come in here by 0.5 inch, and I'll connect it right here. Okay, just the way I'm doing it. Watch closely. Right now I'm marking my sewing allowance all around the armhole, to the neck line, to the shoulder line also. Okay, right now I'm cutting out the pattern. Right now I'm gonna have to cut my pattern on my fabric. Okay, so I've also gonna have to cut the facing for the front fabric. I'll be using a different color for the facing. So I've also duplicated the dot line on the other side of the pattern. So right now I'm going to be transferring the dart to my fabric. So I'm using a pin to pin it through from the pattern to the fabric. Then I'm going to be using a chalk to mark it on the fabric. Okay, this is me trying to mark those points on the fabric. For the front facing, I ironed hair stay, 2 layers of hair stay on it. So right now I'm going to be placing the facing on the front piece, right side facing each other, and I'm going to align them properly. All right, Right now I'm putting my pins to make sure they align properly. Alright, I'm going to do that all around. So I'm going to break out my pattern. This line that was ruled here, I'm going to be ruling it right now on the facing. Okay, I'll be marking 8 inches and I'm going to rule it out. Alright. After that is done, I'll place my pattern back and notch my shoulder point on the other side. I'll notch it on the fabric just like this. Okay, I'm going to be notching it so it will be easy for me when I want to sew. After that is done, I also went ahead to rule my dart out. This is on the wrong side of the fabric, so that when I want to sew my dart, it will be easy for me. Okay. So right now I'm going to be sewing this part that I marked from right there to that point. I'm going to be sewing it down. So after I'm done doing that, I'm also going to be sewing my dart on the fabric. This is the back piece. I've also gone ahead to cut a facing for the back piece. So right here I've gone ahead to sew that part. So I'm going to be cutting it out right now, and I've also gone ahead to sew my dart. Okay. So can you see the way I cut it out? So I'm going to be notching that part so it will be easy to turn over. Alright. After turning it over, I'm going to be using my iron to press it down neatly. So right here I've gone ahead to use my iron to press it down. Okay, can you see the way it is looking so neat? I've also gone ahead to sew my face into my back piece and also sew my dart on my back piece. Can you see? Next thing I'm going to be doing is to place the right side of my front piece and the right side of my back piece together, and I'm going to be joining them at the shoulder line. Okay. So when I want to join the shoulder, I'll pick one of the facing, whether the front or the back. I'm going to turn it over to the other side, so I'm going to sew it down. So this will make the shoulder to be neat, like there won't be sign of sewing, like to have a neat finishing right there. Okay, can you see the way I'm doing it? So I'm going to head over to my machine and sew it, and I'm also going to sew the sides. So right now I've gone ahead to join the front piece and the back piece at the shoulder, and I've also gone ahead to sew the sides. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to determine the length of my peplum. So right now I'm measuring the front piece. So the front piece, the waist is about 17 inches, and for the back piece is 9 inches on each side of the back piece. Okay, so I've gone ahead to cut it behind the camera, but I'm going to be explaining to you how I did that. So this is what I'm going to be using for the front piece. Okay, so I folded it into 2 just like this. So the measurement I have on my waist, the front waist is about 17 point something, so I divided that by 2, which gives me 8 point something also. So I went ahead to notch it right here. So the remaining fabric is going to be the extended peplum. Okay, if you have enough fabric, you can make it longer than this, but this is what I have and that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be lining it with the different color, which is the deeper green, for the front bodice. Okay, so this is the pieces for the back piece. So the back piece is divided into 2, so I'm going to be dividing this piece into 2, and I'll be using the other one to line them. Okay, I won't be using the other green for the back because it wasn't enough. Okay, so right now I'm gonna ahead to join the lining to the main fabric for the peplum, and I'm also gonna ahead to iron it. So I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be attaching it to the upper bodice. Okay, so remember those places that was notched, I'm going to place it as one side of the front piece and also the other side of the front piece. So the excess is going to be the extended peplum. I'm also going to do the same for the back. I'll start from the center back to the side, so the excess will be the extended peplum also. Right here, I've gone ahead to attach my zip, to attach my sleeve. I've also attached the peplum to the top. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and iron it, and I'm going to wear it. This is the finished look of the top. Can you see the winged collar and see the extended peplum? Can you see? Alright, thank you so much for watching to the end. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.